Hello and welcome to this, well, for me it's a special broadcast. It's Stephen in Wiltshire. I'll be on camera in 37 seconds. You're more than welcome to join me. If you're watching this in the be.live group, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. But hopefully we are live in both. I'm just waiting for a confirmation that we have gone live, which would be good. So I'm just going to close that down. And I can see somebody's watching already. Welcome to the broadcast, and I'll be with you in a few seconds as we count down to actually the start of the show on both Facebook and on YouTube. So I'm going to go full screen with me, and if things don't work, I'm going to go like that. Full screen with me. Okay, so welcome to this broadcast. Now, in this broadcast, what we're going to be looking at is how to use 1, 2, 3, and fingers crossed, 4 cameras in a live broadcast. The fingers are crossed because I've tested this. This is probably the most tested broadcast I've done this year in setting everything up and getting everything to work. So, as it says in the caption down there, I'm on my Brio camera at the moment, Logitech Brio, and that's sort of pretty good Logitech camera. It's capable of 4K, and one day we'll be able to broadcast at 4K. If you are watching live, then please do say hello. All my broadcasts thrive on comments and questions. If you've got any questions during the broadcast, then please do ask them. I'm going to show you 2 videos because if anything can go wrong, it's going to go wrong in this broadcast. So in advance, I prepared 2 videos that I can actually bring on screen and explain to you exactly what's going on. So I'm going to take off that because you know I'm on the Brio camera now. Okay, so that's going to disappear, and it has, and bring up the first comment of the day. And the honor of the first comment goes to Unimel. Nice to see you, and thank you for joining. Hello. Right, okay, so we're underway, and we're underway in be.live group and on YouTube. So we all know you can bring one camera onto screen. With be.live Pro, as host and producer, you can bring several cameras on screen. As I say, we're going to try and get 4 cameras during this live broadcast. If you have any questions, then please do ask. There is a blog post which accompanies this video, and there's a video which I'm going to play you. So everything that you see here, you can read about afterwards, and if you have any questions, you can actually ask them. So without further ado, I'm going to hide that. There's going to be a lot of screen manipulating going on, and I'm going to go and I'm going to bring up on screen a second camera, and I'm going to switch the camera on, and you can see me, and now you can see that I'm actually broadcasting from my laptop, and I can come a bit closer to screen. You can see behind me my son and daughter-in-law, their wedding photo, and you can see one of my 2 soft boxes. I've only got one in use today, and you can see my rucksack on the door because I enjoy walking more than anything. So I can switch from one camera to another just by changing full screen. Okay, and I can go, I'm going to bring them both side by side now. Okay, so that's 2 cameras. Now I can only look at one of the cameras at once. That's obvious. So for that, I do apologize if I'm not looking at the screen, but I'm looking at the Brio camera at the moment. So it's on my laptop on that side, and on this side, I'm actually on the Brio. I'm just going to confirm that so that we don't get confused. I don't get confused. All right, so this is me on the Brio, and over there is on the laptop. Now, the laptop is a Microsoft Surface Book 2, and one of the things you can do if you've got be.live Pro is you can broadcast in 1080, and you can have several different cameras on screen. And The cameras can be side by side, as mine are at the moment, or you can go picture in picture and show one camera larger and look towards the screen. Okay, but the thing is that you've got great flexibility because you've got the two cameras and you can set them up differently, and they can be in different places, as you're going to see shortly. Okay, so that's stage one, and this is be.live Pro, and I'm able to bring in two cameras, and I'm going to now go and show you a short video. I'm going to hide that camera for the moment, so I'm going to turn that camera off, so you've just got me on screen, and say hello to... Thanks. Oh, thank you. Now, there is a link that you can click. I'll put the link in the be.live group after this broadcast, and you click that link. When I actually show your name on screen, it will show both your real name and your profile image. It's a Facebook thing, security, they're protecting us, and they're saying if you want be.live to be able to show your photograph and be.live to be able to show your name, then you have to give permission. You only need to do it once, and I'll show you how to do that after this broadcast. But thank you for joining today. Okay, so I knew that there was a chance that this broadcast would not go totally according to plan. So what I did earlier was to prepare a short video, which is coming up on screen now. And I'm going to play that video, and this will explain exactly what you can do with a multicam setup on be.live. So I'm going to do two things, and one of them I must do, and that's switch my microphone off, but I'm also going to switch my camera off. Well, I'm going to put that full screen. So the video is now going full screen. This is a YouTube video. We can play YouTube videos because this is be.live, and all I did was to take the link from YouTube, put it into my studio, and the video is ready to play. And just before we start, I'm going to take a comment from Unimel, who's saying, I've seen, right, okay, relax. Okay, I'll relax at the end of the broadcast. Okay, so I'm going to play this video now, and this video explains everything that I'm going to be talking about during the broadcast. If you've got questions during the broadcast, then please do ask. Now I'm going to switch my microphone off, and Stephen, I'm in the be.live studio, and I'm on the Pro version, and you can tell if you're on the Pro version. If you go top right, it will tell you which version you're actually using. Now, one of the benefits of the Pro version is the ability to have more than one camera on screen, but that's more than one host camera on screen. Now, I'm live here now with my Logitech Brio with XSplit VCam, but I can bring in a second camera, and I'm going to bring in the camera as it goes down into the staging area. I'm going to select, if I go down and through the list, I want my Microsoft camera front, and I'm going to get it. It's not going to, right, Microsoft camera front, and I want it Microsoft camera front, okay, and I want it in 1080p. So that's the first thing. I've got the camera and it's working in 1080p. One of the things you can check is that you're actually broadcasting in 1080p, and it should be orange. Okay, now you know you're actually in 1080p. So I'm going to bring that camera up on screen, and you can now see two views of me side by side. You can see on the right hand side, you can see my Microsoft camera, and if I turn towards that camera, you can see me. If I turn towards this camera, you can see me. So I can be on either of the two cameras. Now, if I've got two cameras on screen, then I can switch between them. So I can make this camera full screen. I need to look, I've got to be sure where you're looking. I need to look at this camera, okay? Or I can make my Surface Book 2 camera full screen. Now, it takes a bit of practice switching between the two, but for every camera that you have connected to your machine, you can switch between the cameras simply by going, and hopefully this will work, simply by going, and I'm just practice. So you can have two cameras on screen. They can be either side by side like that, or side by side like that, picture in picture, or picture in picture. The choices are yours. Now that's the standard operation with two cameras, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the next phase of this and actually show you two cameras set up slightly differently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this camera full screen so you can actually see me, and I'll be back in a moment as I go and do something in the background. So what I need to do is move that over here and just right. Okay, so it's time for a change in location, and we're going down into the kitchen, and you can see the lighting's not as good, but I've taken the portable downstairs, I've taken the Logitech Brio camera downstairs, I've taken the microphone downstairs, but unfortunately the microphone decided not to work. So this is a continuous recording from the studio. So this is a voiceover, and as you can see, the Brio camera is actually pointed towards the kitchen worktop, and you can see as we go full screen in a moment, you can see what's actually in the picture. And there we have it. We have fresh eggs on the egg rack. We have a George, which is George II, because George I was disappeared a month ago. We replaced it. And then you've got Steamy, who's the steamer, and then back to me. Now, the whole point here is that you can actually do a cookery demonstration whilst you are broadcasting. So first camera is on the work surface, the second camera is on you. You can go picture in picture or picture in picture like that, and that basically allows you to do a live demonstration, a live cookery demonstration, using your internal camera, because you're only small, so the definition is not a major thing, and your Logitech camera, C920, C922, or the Brio, which is the one you see here, can actually be focused on the work surface. And on the work surface, you'll be able to see whatever I'm cooking or preparing to cook. So I could give a cookery demonstration. And if you want lasagna, I'll show you how to make one. So that's the setup, second setup we've seen. We've seen the office, and now we're going to switch over to another scene, and you'll see me in a second. And here I am. I'm in the conservatory. It's raining outside. I was going to do an outside broadcast, my first OB from be.live, but it's raining outside, so I'm sat inside. The portable is in front of me. To the side of me is my Brio camera again, and you'll see that in shot in a second. And this time round, might have to do a bit of well, let's do a little bit of changes, and once the changes are made, you will see what I've actually set up for the third shot. So a reminder, we actually don't want to see that. That's not us. XSplit broadcast you could use as a virtual camera coming into be.live, but that's not the point of this broadcast. What I'm actually trying to do is to set up a camera, and the camera is nearly set up, so bear with me a second, and it's worth waiting for. And be back in a second, start recording again, and in fact I didn't stop recording. So are you ready for this? This is what I've got. I've got myself on camera, and that's the internal camera on the Surface Book 2. I've got, that's the front camera pointing towards me. I've got the rear camera pointing through the doors out into the garden, and then to the right of that, in a minute, you'll see the view from the Logitech Brio looking out over the garden. The chickens, in case you're wondering, actually live at the bottom of the garden, and I'm coming back to the shot through the door. So we've got 3 cameras involved here as part of the be.live Pro subscription, and I can come back and I can switch between any of the 3 cameras at any time during the broadcast, or I can come back to the 3 of us on screen, and you can see now as I change the screen display that you're able to readily switch between one view and another, talk to camera, and tell your story. And I could have told you a story about the chickens. I'll save that for another time. I didn't go outside today because it was raining, but doing a 3-camera setup on be.live using your desktop or your portable and your external camera is simple and straightforward to do. The whole session that you've seen in the studio, in the kitchen and in the garden took about 40 minutes from beginning to end. So it's quick and easy to actually move around and to set up, to carry your cameras with you, and then when you're ready, simply go live. So look forward to a broadcast from the garden if it ever stops raining. Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoy using more than one camera as host on be.live, and see you soon. Thank you. Let's go back. Hopefully you can hear me now. This was bound to happen. I'd rather have no sound than echo. So say hello to Bren, who's saying this is a cool idea. Thanks for sharing. We're going to go 4 cameras shortly, so don't leave. And back to Facebook user, and just to explain, you can have up to 4 cameras on screen. Okay, because there are 4 different slots. As host, you could have 4 cameras. And this is in the be.live Pro version. You can have 4 people, or you can have 4 cameras pointing at yourself, or at different things that we'll see in a moment. And then over to the next comment, and thank you for this comment, which is saying hi, and hopefully you can hear me now. and there is sound. These things are sent to triers. Right, okay. The cameras I've been using are the Brio, which is actually USB into the laptop, and the other two cameras I was using were built into the laptop, which is the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera. So there's no Wi-Fi involved in it at all, because the Brio camera plugs in via a USB port. You could use a DSLR camera as one of the four, and in that case you would need either Camlink or Sparko Cam, and they would enable you to use DSLR camera for better quality, and they could be one of your four cameras. In fact, I've got a blog about the cameras you can actually use in HD, and I'll post a link to the blog after the end of this broadcast so that you can actually work out how to add a DSLR camera. As far as cameras are concerned, it's a lot better if they're wired or part of your machine, because the signal will be better, as we're about to find out. But Wi-Fi, I just basically, if you are thinking of Wi-Fi cameras, then all I can say is please do test them, Andra. And I need to change the colors because I can't actually see. I've got a reflection. Just give me a second. Okay, we're going to get things back to normal eventually. Okay, and apply. And we can all see the names now. Okay, good. So over to Unimel. And Unimel is saying, all right, there's no sound. Hopefully that's cured now. And the next comment, okay. And comment after that is nice, thank you. And comment after that, as I say, I love getting comments. And Bren, hello. And the next comment is from Andrew, well, to Andrew Jones. And final comment before I go to the next stage is Andrew saying, my reason for asking is, how do you get your various locations, such as your kitchen and the garden? Right, okay. In the second bit where I went into the kitchen, I physically moved my laptop, put my laptop on the work surface. I switched to my laptop camera as me, and the Brio camera I put onto, just a moment, forgive me. I put the Brio camera onto a tripod and then pointed that down at the work surface. So in other words, my external camera was focused on the work surface. So thank you for the question. You can get various tripods, and they're a good investment, because when we're doing static, especially in the kitchen, in the garden, what I actually did was I put this on the right hand side in the garden. I had the rear camera looking out and the front camera from the laptop looking at me. So thank you for the questions. Okay, so we're up to date on the questions. Now, this next bit I'm going to show you, I'm going to hide the video. And not only am I going to hide the video, I'm going to put down the tripod. This next bit that I'm going to show you is rather interesting. But before I do that, before I get to the grand finale, I want to bring in, turn this camera on. Okay, so you've got me and you've got me on the laptop. Okay, and the way that I did the garden shot was that I brought up on screen, and this is not going to be very exciting, I have to say. Okay, because in a second what you're going to see is a not very exciting, that below me is in fact the rear view camera on my laptop, and unfortunately it's pointing at a wall at the moment, and the curtains are there. I can move the curtains so you can actually see that it is a live camera, but that's the camera I used in the garden shot, looking straight down the garden. So that's 3 cameras. Now, if this bit works, we're going to be good. And just take a comment before I carry on. And over to Andrea. Andrew's saying, okay, thanks. So those are the 3 cameras that I actually used in that video. But I discovered something yesterday, and I'm going to try and do it live. So I'm going to bring another camera in, just to make sure it's working. Yes, it's sort of working. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're going to do a 4-camera setup, and I need to bring the camera in. So I'm clicking on camera. It's going to appear in the studio in a moment. I hate setting things up whilst you're live because it looks like I'm not paying attention when in fact I am. So I'm going to bring the camera, the 4th camera in, and the 4th camera, I need to change the settings. You know what it's like. You click on the settings, you select your camera, and I know which one I want to select. So I'm going to go down, wait for it. This is going to be good. And I want the XSplit VCam. And I might take a while here, just in actually setting it up. I tried to do it earlier, but you have to be wary or aware of your camera resources. So I'm scrolling down here and it's reacting slowly. We will get there, and I do promise you, fingers crossed, as I scroll down this list of cameras, that I've got 2 to go, and I can hopefully bring this up on screen, and 1 more to go, and scrolling down, and if this works, it will be good. But there, I'm selecting it. Oh, don't you hate it when things scroll past where you want to go? And I want to go to that one. I'm determined to get this to work. I might play you a short video whilst I'm doing that. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is always have a plan B when you're broadcasting, because things are going to go wrong, and I knew things would go wrong in this broadcast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a short video to actually explain what's going to happen next, and I'm going to bring the video up on screen. This is a new feature which is available to users. I just want to bring this up on screen. Okay, it's coming. So let's hide. If I can scroll right, I can hide these. So I'm going to, I love it when something is going to go wrong. I'm going to hide that camera. Okay, I'm going to hide that camera. Okay, so those are my 3 cameras. And I'm going to play you a short video to explain the next part, and as to actually how I got my 4th camera in. So this is Nick Wood and I, and we broadcast yesterday when we played YouTube videos created by be.livers, and we play 4 videos in the show, but there's always a break in the show. And in this particular break, I took time out to actually explain something that I find fascinating and new, and a way of bringing in your 4th camera. And your 4th camera, well, I'll let me explain. Let's go full screen with the video, and hopefully that's the right button. It could well be the wrong button. I'm going to come back to me for a second. All right, okay. I'm going to go full screen with the video, and I'm going to switch my microphone off, and then I'm going to play the video. So bear with me a moment. This video is not on YouTube yet. It's in my local studio, and it is a clip taken with the be.live video editor from yesterday's broadcast, and hopefully it's going to explain how you can get your mobile phone into a be.live broadcast using, well, I'll let you watch the video. Okay, and Peter's with us. Say hello to Peter, but Corinda 126.
Yeah, I think that would be it.
All right, okay. Now I'm just going to go full screen for a moment as we do divert. You may have noticed that my picture has been varying. This is different because I'm not on my desktop camera. I'm actually on mobile, and I'm on mobile with an XSplit VCam background, as I can demonstrate to you. If I say OK to that, then I can change my background. I've frozen now, haven't I? Just a minute.
Yes.
I've frozen. Just a minute. Right, I've not frozen. Okay, so just to show that I'm actually, I've got a background there, and go for that photograph. Okay, so this is XSplit VCam. I'm on my Samsung mobile phone, and basically you can bring your mobile phone into XSplit VCam and use the green screen backgrounds that VCam actually supply. So I think this is a wonderful free feature from XSplit VCam, and it does mean that you can travel the globe on your camera, although occasionally at the moment it is going glitchy. So for this last video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from my mobile camera back to the one you normally see me on, and there we have it.
Yeah.
So there's the difference. I'm back on the main camera, and I'll take myself off full screen. But this is an interesting development because it does mean that you can use your mobile phone in a be.live broadcast as a host.
Yeah. But but you didn't start your broadcast on the phone though. You still have to.
I was basically, I started the broadcast with XSplit VCam, and XSplit VCam was linked to my phone. So essentially, I started the broadcast with my phone. The first 3/4 of this broadcast were all on the mobile phone.
Oh, but did you actually start the broadcast off the timer and the countdown? Was that so? You're just using your phone as a camera as opposed
That's
to
right. There it is.
start? Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Really good. It was a really good picture. Really good picture.
Well, that's it. And the quality of the phone camera is far superior to anything we get on desktop cameras. So yeah, it was a crisp picture. Just keep glitching every so often. So it's not production ready yet, but when it is, which won't be too long, because the guys at XSplit are pretty hot. But it does mean, and I've got some good news for you, Nick. XSplit VCam for Mac is going to be released soon. So ditch the OBS, just go for XSplit. You're ready for it. You've been ready for it for ages.
This is a virtue.
Just to show, I'll just switch back again so that you can actually see, and I'll go back to the Galaxy camera, and it should change momentarily. Yes, it has. Yeah. So there, I'm back on the camera. I can go closer to the camera, of course, or too close. But the camera is on the stand on the desktop, and it's working well. So onto video 4 then. Right, video 4 is our old friend, and you can't get better than a video show about whiskey. So that's you know that moment in the broadcast when you think, I knew things were going to go wrong, but this is live broadcasting. I just need to refresh. Just a minute. What can I do? Because I've gone. Oh, good. Just give me a second. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace my camera. Oh, I'm back now. Right. Okay. That was a momentary glitch, but I'm going to replace my camera in a moment as I caught up with all the comments, and all is good. Now, all the information about, thank you, all the information that I'm going to is in the blog and in a video, so you can take a look at the blog, you can take a look at the video, and going through the comments. I'm just trying to catch my breath here because I had a moment there, and Fonz is saying hello, and hello Fonz, and no sound. So we've fixed that now, and we have sound, we have vision, we have me on camera, and welcome back. Good. Okay, this is one of the joys of live broadcasting, in that things do go wrong. The thing is not to panic. Don't curse whilst you're live on air. Just go with the flow. And I'm just going to bring back the cameras that I've been using today. And there's my laptop camera. And I'm going to put my laptop camera full screen. I think I should. So I'm actually now talking to everybody using the laptop camera on my Microsoft Surface Book 2. As we take a comment, and you can see I've got to turn slightly to show the comments on screen. And thank you, Phil. Very kind of you. I'm going to try one last bit of wizardry as I just try under this. I'm determined to get this working. So if I go down there and I just scroll down the cameras, we can let out a loud cheer in a minute, hopefully, as I find the camera that I'm actually looking for. And I just need to go up a couple, and it should say XSplit VCam. Sparker Cam's up there, Manycam, Microsoft, Logitech Capture, XSplit VCam. Okay, it's going to take a second to come through, hopefully. And I should have XSplit VCam. No, I've got Sparker Cam. Right, okay. If you've got any questions about this, then please do ask. If not, I shall do a short video. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my studio. I've pushed the limits today, and my studio is saying, hang on a minute, we're actually running out of memory. So my studio has sort of, it's done a good job. I mean, it's actually had videos from everywhere on it. And now I'm back. So I'm quite pleased with the way things have gone. There's only one thing I wasn't able to show you. I showed you the video with myself and Nick and with me on camera, on mobile camera, and it just simply worked. It's free. If you've got XSplit VCam, the Connect option is a free add-on, and you can download it. I'll put the link in afterwards. You can download it from XSplit, and you can use it to bring your mobile camera directly onto screen. And just catching up with the comments, and over to Andrea. XSplit VCam is excellent. As I say, it is, we agree on that. And the Connect option to use your mobile camera is actually free. Now, I would love to actually get this working because it would be a grand finale. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to select my camera, and I set this up. I spent hours setting this up, and I just need to get, if you forgive me for a moment, I need to get the XSplit VCam on screen, and the cameras keep scrolling. There's got to be if I put in polite requests, there has to be an easier way of actually selecting cameras, and I'm just waiting for that to come through. Whilst I'm waiting for that to come through, if you've got any questions at all, then now would be a good time to ask them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to boot my other cameras off, so hopefully I won't take myself off screen, but I'm going to get rid of that camera and it's going to be removed. I'm going to get rid of that camera and it's going to be removed. Okay, so the only camera on screen now is mine, and I'm hoping that I can actually change. It is say expect VCam, it's just not showing it. Okay, let's just see what happens. Fingers crossed here. I'm going to take myself off solo. If you've waited this long, I want to say thank you. And hopefully there you are. Right. Okay. Now you've seen three cameras. You've seen my Logitech Brio. You've seen my Microsoft front camera, my Microsoft rear camera. You're now looking on the right hand side. I'm glad I've done this live. My mobile camera. My mobile camera at the moment is sat on a tripod in the kitchen, and you can see that just on the edge of Wi-Fi range. But you can see the worktop that you saw in the video earlier. You can see the fresh eggs from chickens in the garden, and they're going to come and go. We'll be back in a second. But that is effectively a live broadcast using a camera. Mobile camera, and the mobile camera is actually in the kitchen. This is pushing it. If I was doing this properly, I would wired up the kitchen, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go expect VCam on the right hand side. I'm just going to refresh the camera. And hopefully it will come through again with an improved signal. If it doesn't, this is however a world first. This is me on the Brio, and this is the kitchen again. It's going to come and go. That's the fourth camera. In actual fact, if I bring back my rear camera, there you are. Just to show that it's not my rear camera. That is live from the kitchen. And there we go. All good. So I'm going to switch this camera on. All good. So I'm going to switch this camera on. Unfortunately, I deleted the fourth camera. But that's my rear camera. That's my rear camera against the curtains. So we almost got to a four camera. Let's catch up with the comments. Okay. And the last comment we had was from Andrea, who said VCam is excellent. And then over to can you use be.live with Zoom? I don't know why you would. Is my basic question. Technically, no, because there isn't a virtual camera out from be.live. There isn't an RTMP out from be.live. So no, you cannot use the be.live setup in Zoom. You can share your Zoom screen into be.live, but you can't do it the other way around. And I need, basically, I have been asked this question several times. I really do need a use case for actually doing that. Okay. Why would you actually do that? Okay, and over to Phil. And Phil is saying 2 audio assessors with an echo. Just a minute. It shouldn't have an echo. There shouldn't be an echo now. Because the other 2 are switched off. Okay, so my apologies for the echo. And hopefully it's gone. And I'm going to mute. I've muted both those. So the only thing that should be left now should be okay now. My apologies. I got so excited by actually getting the egg cam on screen and echoing. And hopefully now, can somebody confirm that there is no echo now? Right. Thank you, Phil. And Phil's quite right in his diagnosis. I had my mic on twice. What you've got to be careful of is you can have up to 4 cameras on screen, but you only want 1 microphone. Yeah. And what I'm going to do, because I can, is I'm going to show you that you can have, I'm going to take the egg cam off. Okay, so we're going to remove the egg cam, and I'm going to come back to Brio just to prove I'm on XSplit. So the picture is going to change now, or not. No, let's go back to the egg cam. Don't try and experiment whilst you're live, I think is the motto here. So there's the egg cam. Kitchen cam, egg cam, and over to the comments. And okay, and no echo was the last comment. Thank you for that. I do apologize. These things when you're going live. And the next comment is after a presentation we use a Zoom format. I love this training. Well, thank you very much. No, you can't take be.live into Zoom. If somebody's done it, I'm more than willing to be proved wrong, but you can't take be.live into Zoom. I know, I mean, the thing about be.live is the flexibility. And I'm going to be doing a video next week, which is my 5 top features on be.live that nobody else has. And it's going to be an interesting video. It will be pre-recorded as well as being live. So that's my topic next Tuesday at this time, is top features of be.live that nobody else has. And that will be out in the wild world. And we'll take the next comment. Is this a new feature on be.live? Good question. Right, there are now 2 versions of be.live, one of which is the standard version. And if you're a paying customer, that's the version that you're on. What I'm showing you today is the Pro version, where you can have multiple cameras on screen, including your mobile camera. And if you check out the pricing page on be.live, you can find out what the difference is. But the 2 major differences at the moment, there will be more in the coming weeks and months, are that you can broadcast in 1080p, and be.live is only one of 3 companies officially broadcasting in 1080p as far as Facebook are concerned. And the second thing you can do is you can have, as I've demonstrated today, one way or another, is you can have multiple cameras on screen as a host. Yeah, I mean, you can have yourself and 3 guests, but you can also now have 4 of your own cameras on screen. Okay, so let's remove the curtain cam. So it's just down to me now. Curtain cam is gone, and the screen should sort itself out in a second. And we're just left with me and my mobile phone, which is in the kitchen, and it's all part of the same setup. It's not being broadcast. This is all logged in with me. So it is a new feature on be.live, and it's part of be.live Pro. And the next question coming in, good to know. Thank you. You're most welcome. And the next comment coming in, and thank you for all these comments. Zoom has its own streaming built into Facebook. It does. It does. I agree. It's basically, we've got a saying in the UK, horses for courses. And for broadcasting with 4 people on Facebook and YouTube, then it's be.live every time. Great to know. Amazon Music, I can't wait to see this feature. Okay. I saw a video, part of a video about Amazon Live the other day. So I know that's on the way to broadcasters. Amazon Music, I'm obviously an Amazon Music lover. Yep. Okay. So thank you for the comment. Okay. And right, I'm going to try and, okay, what I need to do is, what can I do? I'm trying to, okay. Now I've locked myself into something here because I've locked in my normal camera and I therefore cannot use my normal camera in XSplit. But I'm just glad that the egg camera is working. So that was good. So I'm going to bring, well, I can do anything you like, really. I mean, we've covered the main features here. Hopefully they've proved that with a bit of forward planning, you can have up to 4 cameras on screen, and they can be external cameras, they can be an internal camera forward facing, an internal camera rear facing. They can be a DSLR camera if you come in with Camlink or Sparko Cam, or with the Canon software, depends what you're using. Using XSplit VCam and a free Connect application, you can bring in your mobile phone, which is over there. The mobile phone doesn't have sound on it, but it does have a high quality picture, as we saw in the video with Nick earlier. All the information that I've been telling you about is in a blog. I'll post a link to the blog after this. The blog is on the be.live site. I am proud and happy to be a member of the be.live team and blogging and doing this broadcast in be.livers. And I'm looking forward to writing more blogs and doing more broadcasts like this throughout this year. If you've any topics that you would like to be featured in a broadcast, then please do add a comment now, and I'll have a word and see if we can cover those topics in the coming months. We've got a situation now where, as broadcasters, we want to push things a little bit further. And this is what be.live are doing. This is what be.live have done with the live selling. Right. Okay. And RG, nice to meet you. Okay. And I didn't move and the question came up on screen. Right. Hi, Stephen. Which audio mixer do you advise for live streaming and phone calls in the show? That's an excellent question. I don't have personal knowledge of mixers, but I can talk to people who have, and I'll get the information for you, RG, and I will put a post in the be.livers group. And if anybody wants to contribute to the post in the be.livers group, because there are so many different mixers you can use to do this, and so many different systems you can use to take live phone calls, that if we can hear from everybody and sort of take advice from people who are actually doing it. I mean, I can give you the theory, okay, but it's a lot better if people are actually doing it on a day-to-day basis, taking 4 phone calls in a live show and using an audio mixer as well. So shout out to everybody who has the knowledge. I'll put a post in be.livers tomorrow. If you could add your comments and see if we can answer RG's question. And it would be good, as I say, if you have personal experience of it, because then you could actually recommend equipment to actually use. I'm going to put my hand and say I can't at the moment. One of the next things I'm going to look at is actually getting a mixer. And there you are. Andrew is saying she uses Voice Meter Banana. And to the best of my knowledge, Voice Meter Banana is free and you can try it. And there you are. So instant reaction. And thank you, Andrew. And on to the next comment. And the next comment is, okay. Right, so not using phone calls yet, just as an audio mixer. That's fair. But I mean, the thing about live video is to take it step by step. Okay, and coming in, right, okay, so that's that. And there's a comment from RG as well, which I may have missed. Please inbox me. I will, or you can inbox me, whichever way you want to go. Because as I say, I have no personal knowledge of mixers, and it's a lot better if the person actually giving advice has knowledge of mixers. Right, okay. So I've done everything I wanted to do. I actually nearly got 4 cameras on screen. And thanks. You're most welcome. I almost got 4 cameras on screen. Yeah, that was good. I need to. Right, okay. I had the studio set up with 3 cameras to start with, and then brought the 4th camera in, and I'm glad I got it in. but you can use any cameras you like on the be.live Pro version, and you can also broadcast officially in 1080p on Facebook and on YouTube. be.live is an authorized broadcasting partner on Facebook. Right, if you've got any questions at all, then please do ask. I'll do my best to answer them. My egg cam is working and not working. This is due simply to Wi-Fi. It's amazing that it's actually working. The kitchen's actually an extension, and there is an outer brick wall between the kitchen and the Wi-Fi unit, which is a deco. So it's miraculously, it's actually working. So whether you want to call it kitchen cam or deco cam, that is my Samsung mobile phone live in a broadcast. I could run down there and I could actually move it. I could take it on a tour of the house. And okay, and Lisa. Okay, thank you, Bez, and thank you for doing a shout out. Very good of you. Right, I always enjoy broadcasting be.live. I always enjoy broadcasting live into be.livers. I'm going to go with me solo. Egg cam, thank you. And I'm going to go solo. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of short videos about this, which will give you, well, learning from today's experience. It will show you how to set up 4 cameras, and that will be available by the end of this week. So it will show you how to set up for Brio external camera, which could be a C920 or a C922. It will show you how to use both cameras on your laptop, and it will show you how to get a mobile in. So look out for 2 videos on YouTube this week on those topics. And I'm just grateful for this opportunity to actually broadcast live and take the next comment. And the next comment coming in is taking guests is a quick, easy way to do that. Bringing in a guest, you send them a link. There is an easy way. Send the link. They copy the link into their Chrome browser. That's it. They don't need to download anything at all. Just send them a link in Messenger, the guest link from your studio. They copy it from Messenger into their browser. Their browser loads up be.live, and they can go live from their Chrome browser on Android or iPhone. That's the quickest way there is to do it. You don't need the app. You can do it in a Chrome browser. For guests who are on desktop or on laptop or on iPad or on any other device other than a phone, then just send the link, open the Chrome browser, and they are in your studio. That's the simplest way to do it, the simplest way. And the next comment coming in is from Facebook user who's, if you send me an emoji, thank you, but I can't actually show it on screen. I can only show text on screen, which is a limitation which I'm willing to accept because I don't know what emojis you're actually putting in there. So until we meet again, this is Stephen. Oh, wait a minute, more comments. Thank you. Okay, so yes, they don't. They don't. You can just try it rather than, I take your point, but if you were to try it, ask a guest who's on mobile phone to forget the application and go direct to the browser. If you go to the help file on be.live and you look at the section for inviting guests, it tells you to use the link. And all I can do is I'll test it out myself as well. But you can invite a guest, and if they open the link in their Chrome browser, they do not need the be.live app on Android or iPhone. They can go live directly with you as a guest from their Chrome browser on either Android or iPhone. And over to, Right, is it possible to cross-post scheduled Facebook live shows? Right, that's a good question. And I'm just going to hide, I'm going to leave that on screen. Let's just change the layout for a moment and then I'll be happier. So bear with me a moment. I'm just going to change theme and apply it. So now you can see me and the comment. Okay, thank you. Is it possible to cross-post scheduled Facebook live shows? Yes, it is. Basically, it's in two sections. First of all, you find a page that is willing to cross-post your shows. You both go into settings, you go into cross-postings, and you link the two pages together. And you repeat that for as many pages as you want to cross-post to. If it's your own page, you follow the same routine. You agree permission between you that you're going to cross-post. When you schedule your Facebook Live, then basically you can then have the post, which is on Facebook. Bottom right-hand corner of that post is an edit button, which says broadcaster only, edit. And you press the edit button. That takes you into Creator Studio for that video. And down the left-hand side, you've got a list of the pages you can cross-post to. You select each page in turn, and you unlimited, everybody you've got an arrangement with you can cross-post to. And that means that that particular broadcast will then be cross-posted to those pages. Right, that's stage one. You don't need to do anything else. That's all you need to do. Okay. Now, what happens then is that your scheduled post is then copied to all the pages that you've got arrangements with and have selected. The next stage happens when you go live. When you go live, those posts will be, well, when you go live, you get a new post on your page and you get a new post on all the cross-posted pages. Now, there is a disconnect here because Facebook changed the way that we actually do things, but cross-posting still works. It's easier to use than it was because everything's in one place in Creator Studio. So in summary, one, create cross-posting relationships with other pages, and that's in settings cross-posting. Two, schedule your broadcast. Three, go into Creator Studio by pressing the edit button bottom right of the Facebook post. Tell it which pages you want to cross-post to. Done. Everything from there is automagic. And yes, you can. I have a video about it. If you go to my YouTube channel, I'll post a link afterwards, but if you go to my YouTube channel, then you can find out exactly how to do it. Okay, and next question from me. Are you thinking about a YouTube app? be.live does broadcast to YouTube at the moment. I mean, I'm broadcasting, as we sat here now, I'm broadcasting to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I'm simulcasting. So this broadcast is in the be.livers group. It's also live on Facebook as well. And in my studio, I can see comments from Facebook and from YouTube. And next point. And thank you for all the questions. The app only supports. Right, okay. You cannot, with be.live, go live from the app. Currently, you have to go live on be.live from your desktop. Even as I talked earlier about using a mobile phone, you cannot go live from be.live using your mobile phone. You can only go live from desktop, and using the way I described earlier, bring your mobile phone in. Okay, so you cannot start a broadcast from the app. The app is just for watching and joining in. The app only supports. Okay, and the next one. The app only supports Facebook. Scrolling. You can't broadcast from the app. If you join as a guest, then you're not going to Facebook. You're going to the be.live studio. and it's the host of the show who decides where you're going to broadcast. So the host can broadcast to Facebook or YouTube, or Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Yeah, the app doesn't broadcast. The app purely and simply is to watch a show or to join as guest, and joining as guest is the primary place, but as I said earlier, you don't need it. Facebook user, are you thinking about a YouTube app? I've seen that before. Nope. And the next comment, does be.live intend to increase the number from 2 or more pages or groups to broadcast? I don't have any plans at the moment to increase the number of destinations you can go to. So at the moment, I've got to say that we have 2 destinations, 2 Facebooks, or 1 Facebook and 1 YouTube. And thank you, Andrew. And the next question, hello, Gospel. Belated happy birthday, Gospel. Well, I can say it personally now. Nice to see you. And on to the next one. Zoltan is saying, thank you. You're most welcome. And on to the next comment. Thanks. You're more than welcome. And thank you for watching today and staying with it through everything we've been through. We nearly got to 4 different cameras, but we did get to 3. And my next broadcast, I will get to 4. It's always a pleasure to broadcast into the be.live group. We are family. We all help and support each other. The be.live team are here to help. The admins and moderators are here to help. If you've got any questions, then do ask them in the group. There's no such thing as a daft question. There occasionally will be a daft answer, but ask all your questions in the group. There are always people 24/7 there to answer your questions in the group. I generally go to the group 2 or 3 times a day just to make sure everything's okay. If you have a technical problem, then please contact be.live support through your studio using the chat on the bottom right, and they will help you on a one-to-one basis with the technical side of things. And there again, they're 24/7 operating around the globe on different servers throughout the world. I've been broadcasting with be.live since October 2016. This is my 1440th broadcast with be.live. I always enjoy doing these broadcasts. I enjoy talking to you. If you need any help at all, then just shout out. You can always contact me personally. I broadcast 6 times a week on Facebook and on YouTube. I generally co-host a show. You're welcome to come and join us on one of those. Monday, if you're a YouTuber, please put a link to your YouTube channel in the comments, and then we can share your broadcasts on be.live on YouTube on Mondays. If you're into pop music, at 12 p.m. Eastern every Monday, we run a show with Fonz, and that's got a pop quiz in it. Tuesday is my technical broadcast live Q&A session, as we've had today, but today's particular topic was using multiple cameras. Wednesday, I have a day off on Wednesday. Thursday, Blabbing for Britain will be on Thursday, 10 a.m., possibly different this week. But then if you're interested in creating business videos, promotional videos, then John Upton and I have a show on Thursday, 11 a.m. on be.live, broadcast into the InVideo group. be.live and InVideo are now partners, and I'm looking for great things to happen from that. We've been doing our broadcast for InVideo for the last 60 weeks, and we thoroughly enjoy doing so. If you join the show on Thursday, 11 a.m., you'll find out more about more about how to use InVideo, because John does an instructional video each week, which covers topics not actually covered in the group. So just check on the comments, make sure that the last one I got was a thank you. So we've gone over the hour, which is good. I don't mind at all. I enjoy this, as you hopefully can tell. If you've got any questions about multi-camera broadcasting, then please do ask. You can ask in the group, or you can ask me. I will do a short video, and I will get 4 cameras on screen if it's the last thing I do. And I will do a video about Expert VCam Connect, where you can use your mobile phone in a be.live broadcast. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Goodbye for now. And if I can find the stop button, that's there. Okay, so this show is a wrap. It's been my pleasure to chat with you today. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again soon.